The Apollo 5. We are the Apollo 5. We are a group of 5 guys who like space. We will be discussing interesting space topics. You want to know how the universe was created? Well, I guess you have to keep listening to find out. This is our team. I'm Kiaan. I just like things like space. So when I found out a group was making a podcast about space, I had to tag along.
My name is Mohammed. Space caught my eye ever since I was young. I love space, from planets to black holes. This is why I joined this podcast.
My name is veiws. Ever since I had an interest in space. That's why I chose to do this podcast.
My name is Kalanidhi. Well, what can I say? I really love space, and as soon as we got the opportunity, we made the podcast all about space.
Hi, my name is Ashwin, and I like rockets.
Apollo 5 podcast special. We'll start it off with a nice experiment. Our next segment will be what is the Big Bang? In our last segment, Mythbusters.
Ball or rocket experiment. We're going to dive deeper on the way rockets are launched. Do you want to be an astronaut when you grow older? Well, here is your chance to try it. You will launch a mini bottle rocket.
Yeah.
The materials you'll need are scissors, cardboard, strong tape, a soda bottle that is plastic, a couple of feet of plastic tube available at your local aquarium, an air ball, the thing that you use to inflate a ball, a bottle opener or an ice pick, a cork that'll fit in the mouth of the bottle, and a bicycle pump. If you want, you can just buy a ball rocket kit online. Now that you have these items, let's get started. I'm not going to tell you all of the steps, but you can pause it right here and read all the steps if you want to. Fun facts, then and now. Did you know that ancient Greek prophets thought that Earth was the center of the solar system? Galileo Galilei proved him wrong. He proved that the sun was the center of the solar system. The priest from the church saw the proof, told him he was crazy, and put him up for prosecution. Facts that you would probably want to know. Minecraft added the spyglass, which is very similar to a telescope. The Whirlpool Galaxy was the first celestial object being identified as a spiral. There are lots of Pokemon to have origins in outer space, like the Deoxys, Eglium, Behium, Lunatone, Solrock, Starmie, Clefairy, Rayquaza, and the Ultra Beasts, which include the Cosmog evolution line, or Galio Luminala. Many years ago, the British explorer George Mallory, who was to die on Mount Everest, was asked why he wanted to climb it. He said, because it is there. Well, space is there, and we're going to climb it. And the moon and the planets are there, and new hopes for knowledge and peace are there. This quote was made by John F. Kennedy.
The Big Bang. What was the Big Bang? What happened when? Let's dive in and get to know the answers to these questions. Did you know? The beginning. Before the Big Bang, it was just empty space with atoms just floating around. When they just slammed together, creating the first solid matter, rock and ice. With gas, they formed the Crab Nebula, which formed our solar system. In other words, a lot of energy was packed into a tiny place until it couldn't hold it anymore. It let out a full force of unimaginable power, scattering billions of galaxies into the world.
One Small Step for Man, One Giant Leap for Mankind by Neil Armstrong.
Mythbusters. We have a few common myths that we will answer, so get ready to listen, but don't be too surprised. The sun is not the biggest star. A star known as UY Scuti is the largest known star at 1,700 times bigger than the Sun. I couldn't see that part. So the Sun is not the biggest star. There's no sound in space. There's no sound in space because space works like a vacuum. It doesn't carry sound waves like Earth does. You will freeze in space. Without a spacesuit, you will instantly freeze because of an unreal temperature. There are no planets with intelligent life. Not that we know of, but we have found planets with planet life.
Very interesting. This is Earth in all its beauty seen from space. Clearly, space is a lot more complicated and fun than you could think. Now here's some cool space stats. 33% of Apollo missions have actually failed. 66% have actually succeeded, and the Apollo 5 was one of them. Here are some space characters. There's Thanos, Guardians of the Galaxy,
And on the other side of the screen, there are many Pokemon that have originations in space. Some examples are Ultra Necrozma, Deoxys, and Arceus. And for Star Wars fans, there's also Rey. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to our podcast.